To all who listen to this happy pod, welcome. My name is Noah Parker, and this is my world of wonder, bringing you a weekly touch of Disney magic through podcast. Today, I'm joined by my beautiful wife, Adriana.
Hola.
She's been the guest a lot lately, and I'm okay with that. But yeah, so I don't know. I just wanted to try out a new tagline today. You know, like it's kind of what I want to do with this. Like now that I feel like the podcast is establishing itself a little bit more now, like what exactly it is, because what I thought it was when we started is not really what it is.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to include the tagline that I felt kind of encapsulates better what I'm trying to do now, you know?
Yeah.
That touch of Disney magic.
Yes.
Whether it's reminiscing about the
like
parks or reliving fond memories from childhood watching the old Disney Channel movies or, you know, whatever it may be.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think that's, I don't know.
I like it.
Good. Well, there you go. So today what we have decided to do, because it's been a while since we've done one of these, we've decided to dive into Disney's Hollywood studios, and we're going to be ranking in our personal opinions. So these are subjective, you know, nothing is set in stone, nothing is fact, you know. But we are going to be ranking every attraction in Disney's Hollywood studios. I think a stipulation that I kind of self-included but didn't really say I was including, but just kind of did it, was that I'm not, it's only attractions that are like included with the regular ticket. Like I'm not including things that cost extra money to do.
Like
so I'm not going to be talking about Droid Depot, talking about building droids. We're not going to do that. We're not going to talk about Savi's workshop. Especially because I feel like those would be even more subjective than they already are, because for me, like $250 for my own custom built lightsaber, S tier, right? But for you, like you probably don't love spending $250 on those things. So it'd probably be like an F tier for you. Maybe a D tier because you think the experience is cool. But so we're not going to be talking about those. Only the attractions, rides, shows, and whatnot that you can do with a regular park entry ticket. That being said, we're going to be doing this, I believe, I didn't go back and watch it and double check, but I believe we're doing this the same way that Lauren and I did Magic Kingdoms ranking. That was me and Lauren that did that, right? Okay, yeah. So we're going to be going off of, it's going to be basically like an audible tier list, you know? So we'll go through everything and then we'll give our final rankings for everything at the end. But yeah, so S tier is like superior, above and beyond, like some of the best, you know. A tier is just below that, where it's really good, but it maybe didn't quite push itself to the cream of the crop for us. B tier, I would say, is like above average. Yeah. Where C it's like average. Yeah, but like for the sake of the tier list, like sometimes, you know, you can move things around, but yeah, B is like above average. So it's like a little better than just enjoyable enough. And then C tier is, you know, you're like, well, average. I didn't hate it, I didn't love it. The D tier is the like, I didn't love it. And then F tier is like, get this crap out of Disney. And then I think we'll just kind of go down our list here and we'll kind of take turns bouncing back and forth. So like, for example, the first one is Alien Swirling Saucers. So I'll tell you what my letter grade is, and you'll tell me what your letter grade is. If they're different, we're going to average them out. And this is going to be the official Noah Parker's World of Wonder tier list rating for all these attractions. And I think I'd also like to kind of go into why we're picking the letters that we are, just a little bit. So this may end up being a little bit of a shorter podcast because there really aren't that many attractions in Hollywood studios anymore. And there honestly might be some missing, to be honest. But we did grab this list from memory and the park maps, I believe. And then alphabetize it to the best of my ability. I'm kind of worried that I forgot to triple check my alphabetizing, so we might be out of sequence here, but
I literally looked up attractions in Hollywood studios in alphabetical order, and it gave me not in alphabetical. It started in alphabetical order, but then
then it got off, and it was also including like movies. Whatever list you were looking at was including movies, like the original Star Wars trilogy, and I'm like, that's not an attraction of Hollywood studios, but sure. But anyway, without any further ado, I would say let's jump right in. So alien swirling saucers. I'll let you do the first letter grade on it.
Alien swirling.
What would you give it?
Saucers.
What tier would you put it in?
Was that the indoor one?
No,
okay, that's just tell me.
Yeah, it's in Toy Story Land. It's the one.
It's the, like teacup.
Sure.
Sort of.
It's the one where you get flung around on the back of it like crazy. You know, like there's the alien in front of you, you're in a little cart, and you turn a corner and you slide way out.
Okay. I think it might be a little controversy, but I think mid.
Mid. A C. Honestly, same.
Okay.
Same.
I mean,
it's not something that, like, I think I wrote it with you just so that you could ride it.
Yeah.
And I wrote it when I went, okay, well, here's the thing. It is fun to ride.
Yeah,
like, don't get me wrong. It is fun to ride.
I just feel like
it's a giggle fest once you're on it.
Yeah.
But I do not think it's a must ride attraction.
Yeah.
I probably will not ride it next time. I'm going in like a week. So I definitely won't be riding it then because it's not a priority. And it probably won't ever be. Like when we go on vacation, maybe if we have a whole day that we're planning to spend in Hollywood Studios and we have time to kill, maybe. I wouldn't waste a lightning lane on it. Actually, I wouldn't waste my time waiting in the regular line for it. I probably would only ride it with a lightning lane. I take that back.
I feel like it's also just kind of pretty ordinary in my opinion.
Yeah.
Like you could, like, there's very familiar rides or similar rides in just like other, parks and not just Disney. So
yeah, it's not very unique.
Yeah.
I mean, it is unique based on the theming, but like the actual ride is like, it kind of just spins you around and it kind of throws you side to side. Like it kind of reminds me of a tilt-a-whirl, but like done differently. But the effect is virtually the same. I think you're kind of spinning and getting thrown against one side and then the other side. And
yeah, I agree.
Yeah. So that's, I would say C tier. So at the average grade there is a C. So that was perfect.
Okay. That'd be funny if we got all of these like the same.
Yes.
Batu Bounty Hunters.
Yes. The Batu Bounty Hunters. Now,
Batu Bounty Hunters.
I haven't done it much. I only did it when we were in California, when we went to
that one time
Disneyland for my birthday, and it was the first experience I had in it, and I enjoyed it. Like, I really did have a lot of fun. So I would personally give it like an A tier. Well, maybe I'll give it a B tier. It was above average. It was more fun than not doing anything at all.
Yeah.
And it was kind of like, I think when we were there, it was on my birthday, I think, that I started.
It definitely was on your birthday.
And I literally just wanted to do that.
You just wanted to hang
for like
out.
an hour or two. And it was fun. I enjoyed it. It was a nice way to spend some time existing in Galaxy's Edge. And that's one of the reasons I like it so much. And that's why I want to give it an A tier, actually, is because
you're immersing yourself.
You immerse yourself even deeper. Like, you take yourself out of like, I am a visitor to this Walt Disney World park. And you're like, I am a bounty hunter on Batu in Star Wars. And like, it kind of just makes you feel like you're in the story.
Right.
And that's why I like it. So I will actually redact myself and say I do want to give this an A tier.
Yeah, I'll be nice and give it a B tier because I can see, like, for like Star Wars fans, how cool it is to
really cool.
Be like immersive and play that game. So
now, how do you average out an A to a B? I can't do an A minus or a B plus.
Oh.
I think we each get one overwrite.
Okay.
During this tier list,
so
where I will overwrite and I'm giving it an A.
Okay.
But that means I've used my overwrite, and that's a rule I just made up. So like in 10 minutes, I could say actually there's going to be 3 overwrites. No, but I think we're going to stick to that. We each get one overwrite. So once one of us can just pick and say it's actually my number or my letter. Cool. So I don't know if we'll get to one for you, but
we'll see.
But it's I enjoy it. Yeah. Anyway, the next is Beauty and the Beast live on stage.
Beauty and the Beast. I really liked it because
yeah.
One of my favorite Disney movies is Beauty and the Beast. So
I'm the Beast.
Stop.
I actually did play Beast in high school, though.
I know, that's true. But like, I just hate when you say that because like people just think that like, I don't know.
What? What? People think
like
what?
that you're gonna that you're like making a mean comment to yourself. I'm the Beast.
So what if I am?
No, you're
The whole point of the movie was that you love for love, not for looks.
Yeah, I know that's true.
That's me.
But like, stop.
Definitely not my brains. No, go ahead. Sorry, I'm done.
No, I was just saying that. Yeah, I really liked it. The whole like just live action and like all the dancing and just the music and
it's so fast.
It is fast.
That was the only thing I don't like about it. But it's also like it's in a Disney park, so like the actual play I think is 2.5 hours.
Right.
With the intermission.
And was it like only?
I think it was like 15 minutes.
Oh, not even 30 minutes.
Yeah, okay, maybe 30, maybe 30, short. But it's short.
I mean, it could be good. A good thing that it's short too.
It's short and sweet is what it is. So it's being a performer. Like I really like the full story and the whole show. But I will admit, like when I was in the show in high school, I do remember there being some really slow parts where you're like, okay, let's get through this. Let's get to the next bit because we're kind of vamping here longer than we need to.
Yeah.
But so I think there's a balance between the full version and what we get in Hollywood studios, to be honest. But what letter would you give this?
I would give it a C.
A C?
Yeah.
Okay, see, I was gonna give it a B.
I was thinking B, but then I was like,
because it is nice to sit down and just watch
for 15 minutes.
Yeah, it's not air conditioned.
Okay,
though.
yeah, I agree. I changed my mind. I was gonna go with my gut, B.
Okay,
I'm gonna go. It was B.
See, that's the tough part. Like, I don't know how we're gonna average like A's and B's. Like, if we're one letter off, like, how do you average that? But
rock, paper, scissors.
No, maybe it's just you round down.
Okay.
Maybe we just round down.
Okay.
If you run out, if you run out of your, if you use your overwrite.
That sounds good.
Then we'll just round down.
Okay.
If I pick A and you pick B, it's a B.
Okay.
Okay. Awesome. I meant to take this out because I don't know what that is.
Celebrity Spotlight. No.
Yeah, I have no idea what it is. I have a feeling it's probably like a meet and greet, but I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
So we will move on.
Disney Junior Dance Party.
Now, I've never done it before.
But dance party.
And I wouldn't tell you guys if I did.
It's a dance party with
it does sound
like your
fun.
Characters?
Like if you have kids and you have them, they watch Disney Junior a lot. Like I imagine that would be really fun.
I feel like that
for
would
them.
be really fun too.
Because it's all of the Disney Junior characters. I know about it, but I've never done it. You know, so it's like you get. I don't even know if these are still current, but like Doc McStuffins. I'm sure there's like Winnie the Pooh, maybe.
Yeah.
Probably. I don't know if Special Agent Oso. I don't know if that's still a thing. That was a thing I remember from a long time ago. I remember there being a meet and greet for Special Agent Oso.
Nice. That's cool.
A long time ago, but it sounds fun.
Yeah, it sounds
like
fun.
If we had kids that were of age, though, like old enough, like I think they would
give
love
it an
it.
A at least.
Oh, we're grading as if we were our kids that we don't have. I'm with that. I think our kids would give it an A as well. I think that they would be enjoying other things above this, but I think it would be fun. And it would be I think the best part about it is it would be a really easy way to tire out your children.
Oh, yes.
If they're getting rowdy and rambunctious and you need them to calm down, take them here. I bet you could knock them out in 30 minutes.
Yeah, I totally agree.
Anywho, next one. Wow, we're kind of racing through this a little bit, but
that's okay.
Oh well.
We still have a lot to cover. So.
We do, but like I feel like it's gonna go fast.
Okay.
Maybe we'll have some more things that we talk more in depth about, like this one. True. Well, actually, we won't have very much to talk about.
Well, for me anyway.
For you, yeah. So Phantasmic. It was closed when it was closed at Disney at Hollywood Studios when we went for our honeymoon.
It's not open, right?
It's open now, and I'm trying to decide if I want to try to see it when I'm there. Or if I'm going to wait to see it with you whenever we go next at the end of the year.
That'd be cool.
But I would like to wait to go with you.
Oh, that'd be cool. But it sounds really cool. I mean, I feel like we've seen a video.
We've watched videos, yeah.
So like the video version of it seems really cool. And the like music, we like I remember there was a time period where we were like in the car and like that's all we would listen to. Like that's the first thing.
Like I don't still do that.
No, like you stopped. I mean, you still do, I guess. But like there was literally like
it was literally like every
single time we went in the car, he would play that soundtrack first. and we would just like rock out to it.
It's true. I did do that.
And then I would do like the dance.
She would do dance the little pointing fingers, and it was like and she would like like she wave her hands across like Mickey Mouse waves his hands like yeah, it was really cute to watch. That's why I did it so much, because I loved really watching her do it. It was super cute. But anyway, as a person who has actually experienced it, I enjoy it a lot. It is probably my favorite way to end my night and in a Disney park.
Is it which park?
It's in Hollywood Studios.
Right.
We're only in Hollywood Studios.
Yeah. That's a dumb question.
Like it's one of those where like, so in Magic Kingdom, right, when they do their nighttime fireworks show, I am more likely to go ride rides during the fireworks than sit and watch it. At Epcot, most of the time I'm trying to get the heck out of the park rather than watch the nighttime fireworks. Animal Kingdom doesn't really have a nighttime fireworks show that I know of. They might have a projection show now, but I don't know. I won't spend enough time in that park to know. Hollywood Studios is the only one where I would make a point to go watch Fantasmic rather than ride rides.
Nice. Yeah, that's
if it had been opened, but it wasn't. So, and the sad thing is, it was also not showing any of the 3 nights that we were in Disneyland, because they do it on the Rivers of America in Disneyland, and it didn't show any of the 3 nights that we were there. So I'm like, bogus, man. But anywho. Rating. It's my turn to give the initial letter. I'm gonna say S, to be honest.
Oh, okay. Nice.
I really like this show, and I would watch it every night. If every night we were in Hollywood Studios, or maybe I just go to Hollywood Studios to watch it.
No, I want to see it really bad.
We're going to. We just have to wait.
Well, from my experiences, like I give it a B, I guess, so then we can average it to an A.
Wow, that's super low. Wow, that kind of that sucks.
I don't know. I just feel like,
well, if you said an A tier, it would have got rounded down to an A anyway, and I wouldn't really expect you to give it an S because you haven't experienced it.
Yeah, so.
Oh, that's fine. I'll take it. Okay, go ahead with the next one.
For the first time in forever, a Frozen sing-along celebration. I feel like that would kind of be similar to the dance party.
I guess.
Or is that commercial that they're like playing right now? The
one where the little girl's like sitting in the seat and she gets all excited.
Is that the?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's what they're watching.
Oh, look! I mean, she seemed really, really happy.
She's an actress, babe.
Oh, well.
Here's my thing. I am so fed up with Frozen. I am tired of Frozen.
You're tired of Frozen?
I'm over it.
Yeah, I'm kind of over it too.
So because of Frozen and being tired of Frozen, I don't think I could say. I think it would be fun to watch live performers do it.
Yeah.
But like that's what's giving it like maybe C for me.
I give it D.
All right, well then it's a D. I'm just so over Frozen, to be honest. Like it was great, but there's still like the amount pushing. Of the amount of pushing that they're doing on it, the fact that they're planning on Frozen 3 already.
Oh wow.
I'm so over Frozen.
Yeah.
And the second one wasn't even that good.
Yeah, the second one wasn't good at all.
Like
I totally agree.
That one song where she goes like, I like that part. But that's the only thing in that whole movie I liked.
Same.
I thought the rest was kind of dumb.
I mean, I feel like Olaf was pretty funny in the second movie, but like,
Kristoff's failed proposal made me so mad.
Oh yeah,
it was so dumb.
Yeah.
It was unnecessary.
Anyway,
so D tier for Frozen. I've sing a Frozen sing along celebration.
Yes.
Anyway, next we move on to one of my probably, if I had to rank them, this is my 4th favorite thing currently in the park. Well, maybe 5th.
Okay.
5th favorite thing in the park.
Nice.
But it is because it ties back into my love of filmmaking and kind of seeing that behind the scenes thing. And, the Hollywood backlot tour isn't there anymore. And I don't know if you ever even got to enjoy that.
Yeah.
But I did, and I loved it. And that was my favorite thing at the time. But right now, Indiana Jones Epic Stunt Spectacular is the only thing really in the park that still holds true to that this is how movies are made motif that the park originally opened with.
That's very cool.
And because I love movie making, and that was a big passion of mine when I was younger, and it's not a passion now, but it's different now because the world has changed.
Right.
But it is my current, like, it's my favorite thing in that realm right now.
Very cool.
I like seeing the stunts and stuff and seeing how that kind of stuff is done. I like watching the set pieces roll on and off the stage like they're nothing and it's like a building,
Yeah, that's my favorite part is when Indiana Jones is running and the big boulders almost crushes him. And that's scary. But it made my jaw drop.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah,
so because of that, I'm gonna go ahead and I'll give it a B, just because I think some things need to update. And
okay.
Yeah, like I think
I was gonna give it an A. Well, actually, no. I mean, I'm fine with having it be a B because I didn't even see the whole.
Yeah, that's true. We didn't get to see the whole thing. They only did the indoor stunts, and then they started going the outdoor. But then they're like, "Well, it's raining, so." Yeah.
So when I went and saw it the first, well, I guess not the first time, but like the first time as a kid, we unfortunately didn't see the whole thing. So, but what I did see, it was pretty cool. I feel like if I saw the whole thing, I would have given it an A. So.
That's fair. That's fair. I like it, but it's also like.
Yeah.
It is.
It's like like as an adult too, like the magic kind of is not.
Yeah, it's kind of gone a little bit, but it's still fun.
But it's still fun, yes.
I think I'm actually going to redact my previous comments, and I'm going to give it the A.
A, okay.
Because I think it is worth the time.
Yeah,
to sit and watch.
Yeah,
and it's really fun, especially if you like movie making. It's cool to see that kind of stuff.
And
fire, pyrotechnics are always fun.
You can feel the heat if you're sitting front row.
Yes. So we're gonna skip the thing that was next on the list because they haven't done it since COVID, and I don't know if there are plans for them to do it again, but we'll give it an honorable mention letter just in case. And that was the Jedi training that they used to do for the Niños. It was super fun. I was never young. Like every time I went, I was only young enough to do it once, and we didn't do it. Oh. And then like I was only young enough once. Only one visit in my life, I was the age range that they pick. Okay. And it's all like kids.
What is the age range?
It's like roughly 12? Like 4 to 9 maybe.
Oh, okay, wow.
9's being generous.
Wow. Okay.
But yeah, so I only visited once when I was in that age range, and we didn't go do it. I never experienced it myself. But I can't remember if Lauren, Caleb, and Jordan experienced it, or if it was just Caleb and Lauren, but definitely those two. Whether or not Jordan was, I don't remember. But yeah, it looked fun, and I wish I got to participate.
Did you watch them? You watched them?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And it made me jealous, but I've also watched it like several times outside of that. Like, okay. So
what would you give it?
I would give it, if it still was a thing that happened regularly, I would give it like an A maybe. Okay. Just because it's super cool. Yeah. But it's also a little lame. No. Because like, this is like there's like a YouTube video you can find where this little kid is participating in it, right? And in Hollywood studios, basically they train you like lightsaber movements, and then Darth Vader comes out and you're supposed to fight Darth Vader, right? And there's this video where this kid, like Darth Vader comes up and they're like, get ready to attack and go. And he just kneels and lifts the lightsaber to Vader. Like he's basically turning to the dark side, right? Yeah. And they're like, no, you can't do that. And that's the only reason I don't give it better than an A.
Oh, that's so funny.
Is because it's like, well, if the kid wants to join the dark side, man, who are you to say no?
Yeah, that is hilarious.
And maybe that just comes from my Star Wars persona being being like Empire supporting Sith style character. Like, but anyway, honorable letter for the Jedi training is an A. But
there you go.
Since that's not something we can count on, we're moving on to Lightning McQueen's Racing Academy.
Lightning McQueen.
I'm gonna be honest.
That's the one we had to like pay for in Disneyland.
No. We are only talking about Hollywood Studios here, darling.
Oh, yeah, I know.
Everything's in Hollywood Studios. And nothing is outside of Hollywood Studios here.
Okay, wait, so this one was...
Do you remember when we went to go... We were looking at Rock and Roller Coaster, and we were like, oh, it is closed. And then we were like, oh, there's gates open at the end. Let's just walk over there. And we found the building that you could go in, and Lightning McQueen's all up driving around. And he's like... Yeah.
That is that? Okay.
That's that. And
so it's like a little museum kind of.
Kind of. It's basically just a meet and greet with Lightning McQueen, but he doesn't really address you. He just kind of talks, and he's on a stage, and then
right. Okay.
I don't even really remember it very well. But I'm going to say, I think the name is misleading because it says it's Lightning McQueen's Racing Academy, and it's like you learn nothing about racing while you're in there. I don't know. Honestly, I think it's cool to have the Lightning animatronic in there. It's fun. It's in a weird spot in the park, tucked down at the end of Sunset Boulevard between Rock and Roller Coaster and Tower of Terror. Doesn't make any sense to be over there.
Random, yeah.
It doesn't fit the time period at all. It doesn't fit the theme at all. Okay. It's one of those things where this is where Pixar, what was it called? Pixar Place was like a street in Hollywood Studios that doesn't exist now because it dead ends where Galaxy's Edge starts, basically. Yeah. And they really need to bring it back, and that's where Lightning McQueen's racing academy needs to be, because that's where it makes sense, over by the Pixar stuff, not at the end of Hollywood Boulevard or Sunset Boulevard.
Huh. I wonder why they put it there.
I honestly want to give this an F so hard.
Oh, okay, dang. Then that's sure. Let's give it an F.
Is that for you? Good with that?
That's fine with me.
I don't think it needs to exist. Yeah. It doesn't do anything for me.
Okay.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's just a thing to make
I remember
time go by.
It was probably and even then it was the one thing that we did on our honeymoon where I was like, I kind of wish I hadn't done that. Oh. It literally was it was literally that's 15 minutes of my life I'm never getting back. Oh. Nothing productive happened.
There was nothing.
It was kind of interesting, but not really. Yeah. Especially since we've been to Disneyland now, and there's the drive around animatronic for Lightning.
Yeah, that's true.
You can actually stand next to him and take a picture. Whatever that was, was so lame.
That's true. That's true.
Solid F.
I want Disney World.
Yeah, they need to get it together.
Get their game.
But anyway, I digress.
Mickey Shorts Theater is the next one, and I really like it. That's the history one. It takes you back. No. Oh dang it! I don't like that one.
Mickey Shorts Theater. Okay, it used to be Sounds Dangerous with Drew Carey. It's basically just a theater that shows. I think right now it's showing The Perfect Picnic or something like that, which is just it's a Mickey and Friends short. We could probably watch. I don't think we can actually watch it on Disney Plus. Oh, okay. But it's one that's exclusive to the park, I think. If you like Mickey Mouse shorts and you want to watch one that you can only watch in Hollywood Studios, fabulous. B tier. Above average. When you don't remember that it's there, so you don't bother going and looking at it, that's where we get our C tier from. Yeah.
I'll give it a C.
Okay, good. Yeah, because I forget that it's there. It's not something that I remember ever. Yeah. The only reason I even ended up on this list is because I saw it. Yeah.
You're like, oh yeah.
So see, but it was good.
See.
Mickey Mouse cartoons are fun, so that's why it's not terrible.
What is the one that I was talking about?
We're getting to it, but that's actually the last item on the list.
And it's in Hollywood Studios too.
Yes, that's why it's on the list.
Okay, well, stop. How many times are you gonna have to remind me?
I don't know. But if I keep having to remind you, you'll stretch out our time a little bit, so I'm okay with it. Any hoozle.
Rock and Roller Coaster.
Yes, Rock and Roller Coaster.
I mean, not T. What did I say?
T tier. Because it's better than everything else.
Tier.
T tier.
I think S right away.
It's an S tier.
Because
did we
I hope I'm
it was
thinking
still
of the
open
right
when
one.
we went, huh?
I hope I'm thinking of the right one.
If you're not, I'm going to be so sad.
Okay, ready? It's the one where you listen to your own music? Is that the Disneyland one?
He broke my heart just a little
bit. What is that one?
Just a little bit.
What is it?
The ride you're thinking of now
that's,
is the Hollywood Rip Ride Rocket.
That is in Universal.
Yes, that's in Universal. Now it's
okay. Wait.
I'm not gonna totally tear down your kudos for that one because you were in the wrong park, but it was at least a park that was similarly themed.
Okay.
Because it's Universal Studios, Universal Studios Orlando Park, so it's basically their version of Disney's Hollywood Studios.
Okay.
Disney's Hollywood Studios is better themed in some places, I think, personally. But
which one is it? Is it indoor?
No, it's indoor, but
indoor. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it was closed for refurbishment when we went.
Oh, so we didn't even.
I don't think we got to ride it.
Dang.
But no, I actually think we did.
Can you describe the roller coaster to me?
Well, it's the one with Aerosmith.
Aerosmith.
You remember walking in the queue and you're like walking into like a record company, and you go up and then there's a screen, and they're playing the song like do 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 do, and then the dude's on screen and they're like, "Wait a minute, I love that idea." The fact that you haven't. I think it was closed.
Yeah, no.
Unfortunately, like my brain wants to remember writing it with you so hard, but I don't think we did.
Because isn't that why we went to see the car?
I think so, because we were over there and we just kept walking.
Yeah, because it was. Yeah, you're right.
I
remember.
Missed it, but
yeah,
it's still an S tier. You already said it's S. It's an S tier.
I totally remember. Yeah, now I remember because it was.
You would
have
definitely
closed,
it.
And it had the like light blue guitar in front, right?
It's red.
Oh, red. Okay, yeah.
I think. I'm pretty sure it's red.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I remember now.
You would love it.
I remember being sad when we saw it. But
so
yeah, but I feel like it's because I imagine it like the one in Universal apparently.
Well, they're similar, like
okay.
Not really, but like kind of.
Okay. Yeah. And I like the.
I've definitely played the music. Well, it's
that song.
Yeah, the song is an Aerosmith song. So like obviously, but hold on, I'm just trying to find this. Come on. Cuz one of our favorite parks, well not really our favorite parks, but one of the parks we went to first together was Elitch Gardens.
Yeah. Here
in Denver, Colorado. Right?
Mhm.
And
what
that
does it remind you of?
Well, the Mind Eraser was built by Vekoma.
Oh, okay.
Or was it Intamin? Now I can't remember.
But they were built by the same company.
Okay.
So, that's part of the reason I think you would love it.
Yeah.
Because you already if you like Mind Eraser, it's built by the same company, but it's in Disney, so it's a lot smoother.
Does it have
and
inversions?
It's cooler. It's 2 inversions. Is it 3? I think it's 1 loop and 1 corkscrew, but there might be 2 corkscrews.
Nice.
But anyway, you would give it an S tier if you got to ride it. Believe me, you.
Yeah, I believe you.
Anyway, let's move on, shall we?
Yes. Next is Millennium.
See, this is where we get into the things that are the top 3 things, my top 3 favorite things in the park.
There you go.
And that's Millennium Falcon Smuggler's Run.
I like that one.
I love that one because it's the first of a long list of things that I love. And it's anything Star Wars is on my list, basically.
Yeah, I mean, I like it.
Smuggler's Run is probably 3rd on the list of my top 3 favorite things.
Rise of the Resistance.
Yeah. Rise of the Resistance is first.
I think that one's really good.
But we're not there yet.
Okay.
And because it's I don't know. I really enjoy the idea of flying the Millennium Falcon. It's such a cool idea. It's cool that you get to walk through the set. I give it S, honestly.
Okay. Is that the one where you're in the the ship.
Yep. The Millennium Falcon.
Millennium Falcon.
In Hollywood Studios.
And you have jobs?
Yes.
Okay. And
I think when we went, we ended up being the engineers, and that's the worst position to have. Yeah. So that was annoying.
Yeah.
The gunner is the next worst, but being the pilot's where it's at.
I mean, yeah, I like it. I think it depends on the role you get or the job you get too. It's
I guess that's
experience. Fair. And I don't know. I'm not really a big fan of the screens.
I like it in that case only because there's literally no other way you could do it.
Yeah, I know.
That's the only reason I am not hurt by it.
Yeah. But I don't get as motion sick as I do in Star Tours. So.
And I think it's because it is
so immersive.
Yeah.
And it's such, well, like Star Tours has been around since like the late 90s.
It's like older.
Maybe early 90s, late 80s. I don't remember when it opened.
Yeah.
But it's old technology. Yes,
Yeah.
they've upgraded it, but it's still old technology.
Right.
I mean,
Right.
Smuggler's Run is like the newest version of that.
Mm-hmm.
And so, and it uses a video game engine that is really fast to produce the graphics because it has to. Like, you're literally controlling it, so it has to be able to do it fast.
That's true, yeah.
So
I would give it, what did you give it?
I give it an S because I love anything Star Wars. But I'm willing to concede to the A tier if you want to give it anything lower than that.
A.
You want to give it an A?
In my opinion, it's an A.
Okay. Oh, I already put that in there.
My opinion is an A, yeah.
Fair enough. Did I read that one off? Yes, I did. So
Yes.
This is your turn.
Muppets Vision. So yeah, the next one is Mushin.
Mushin. You're just putting both words together there.
Muppets Vision 3D. And I enjoy that one because it reminded me of the first time I went.
Yeah.
And for some reason I just like remember, I just have like these core memories of growing up and like with my dad and with my mom, like of course like any child does, you have core memories of your parents and childhood. And like one of the core memories I have with my dad, I feel like I have maybe a little bit, I'm not gonna say that comment, but I feel like my dad was just laughing so hard at the end of that, because it wasn't the Muppets Vision when we went, right? It was I'm talking about the one where like the Donald Duck gets shot.
That's the wrong park. That's a completely different ride.
No. See, it happened again,
or attraction.
guys.
That's Mickey's PhilharMagic.
Oh, okay.
Muppet Vision 3D has always been.
Then never mind. But yeah, but still I guess I can still talk about it because growing up, I watched Muppets a lot in television, and my dad also watched it, and my dad made me feel like, I don't know, he just enjoyed it a lot. And
yeah.
So,
kind of like a shared
like a
love for some show.
Yeah, for Muppets. And so seeing it brought back core childhood memories, and it made my heart feel warm.
Yeah. Nice.
And so I feel like from me, I don't give it S tier.
No.
But it's between A and B. I'll let you talk.
I don't really have a lot to say about Muppet Vision. Like, it's fun. It's a really great way to get out of the heat. I'll give it B probably. Yeah, B. It's a really great way to get out of the heat. I wish that they would. It's like one of those dumb things where like I hate the waiting rooms before shows because it's like you could be standing for the full 30 minutes that the show is, and you have to stand the whole time. Yeah, and oh my gosh, when you're hot and you're tired, like. Yeah. Standing in a big room stuffed full of people just sucks. But once you get to sit down, like it's comfortable and it's nice to sit down, and there's a lot of random gags. There's a couple of 3D gags, that are pretty funny. But I like that I can't remember the names of the guys, and it drives me nuts because I didn't really grow up on Muppets.
Yeah, I forget the names too. I just remember. I feel like
one of them is Waldorf for some reason, but I feel like that's not exactly right. But it's the guys who make the snide comments all the time. They're like the smart Alex.
Yeah. That is a character for sure.
Okay, I was right. Except I don't know how to pronounce it. Statler and Waldorf. Okay. I was right. I like that they're like live animatronics.
Yeah,
in the theater. Cool. They're not part of the movie, or they're not part of the show. It's so fun.
They have their own little canopy, right?
Yeah, they sit in their own little balcony, and I think it's fun. But I'm sticking solid on the B tier. Yeah, because that's the only thing that I really love about it.
Me too. I agree with that. B.
Yeah. Cool.
I really like the next one. I'm gonna give it
You got to say what the next one is before you give it the rating.
The next one is Slinky Dog Dash, and I give it a S tier.
Okay.
Because I don't know, I just really, really like the theming of it. And it's just, I don't know why I like it so. I think I just really, really like the theme of it, like the beginning of it, and the like.
It's really well put together.
Yeah, and then the end, like it just really feel like you're tiny,
Yeah.
like a toy.
They did a really good job with that.
Yeah.
Honestly, all of Toy Story Land is kind of like that for me, where like they did almost too good of a job.
Right. Yeah.
Where like you're walking around and you're like, I am like
tiny.
almost expecting a giant to step on me. Like.
Yeah. Yeah, I really liked it.
I don't know if I could give it an S tier.
Okay, you can give it an A. It's fine.
But it's because I'm a roller coaster fan and I like inversions. Yeah, there's no inversions in it. Which I mean I get. It's totally fine for like having kids. It's a kids ride really that adults also enjoy.
Yeah.
And so from that perspective, I'm fine that it doesn't have inversions. But this is our list, and it's my objective opinion that if it had loops or inversions, it would be a little more fun.
Yeah, yeah.
And I definitely feel like Andy would have built a roller coaster with inversions.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Anyway, yeah, I think an A tier is pretty solid for that.
Yeah. I agree.
Yeah.
All right, here's your favorite one.
Second favorite.
Oh wow. Well, yeah.
Star Tours. The adventure continues.
Yeah, for me, you already know what it is.
I don't.
Can you guess?
I'm going to guess you want to give it like a D.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to give it an S. So that means it gets a B.
Okay, there we go.
Which makes me very sad, but I also get it.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry that you don't love it as much as I do.
It's okay. I mean, like, you shouldn't apologize. It's just, I don't know. I just get motion sickness, and I try very hard to not. And I just, every single time I write it, I do. I guess the most recent other times I like haven't, but it's because I don't focus on the screen, which is sad. Like, I just want to be with you, and I know you love it so much, and like, so of course I'm gonna be there and support you and be with you.
It's also like I don't want you to feel like you have to write it.
I know,
but I also want you to understand that if you choose not to write it, that does not mean I am not choosing not to write it.
Yeah.
Like you might just go sit down at the coffee shop and grab a drink. You
know?
Like,
exactly.
Yeah.
Which is fine.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
It makes me a little sad that you don't like it, but it also is like it's fine.
Yeah.
We don't have to love all the same things. It's okay. But yeah, I it's one of like you were just talking a little bit ago about core memories. The original incarnation of Star Tours like is literally a core memory for me. Like
nice.
I remember sitting next to my Uncle Dwayne riding that for the first time ever in my entire life.
Yeah.
And honestly being like mesmerized by like how did they make me feel like I was actually in space. And like in the old one you like crash land on I think it's a comet, but it might be an ice moon. I don't really remember exactly what you crash into. I think it's a comet. You crash into a comet, which is like a ball of ice.
Yeah.
Screaming through the space, right?
Right, yeah.
And you crash into it, and like it like literally made me feel like it's what I imagined crashing into a comet would feel like. And like I was so convinced. Like shook. It was amazing, and like
wow.
Yeah. And every iteration from then, and there's only really been one other iteration, but there's been expansions into this current iteration. Yes, I'm more educated. I'm not 8 years old now. I'm 26. I'm almost 20 years older than I was then. And so, yeah, I know how it works. I understand that I'm not actually going into space. You know, I feel like I learned that probably a year after.
Yeah. Oh, that's very cute,
but it is still like amazing that it feels the way I imagine it feels.
Yeah.
And
that's part of the magic. Right?
Again, being immersed into the story.
Yeah.
Especially that one time we went on it, and I was the rebel spy.
Oh yeah, that was cool.
But that also makes me really angry. Because if you've been listening this whole time, you will know that, as I've mentioned previously several times, I've probably talked about it every time we talk about Star Wars. That like my Star Wars persona is a dark side character. So like, it's the only reason that Rise of the Resistance isn't like the best thing to ever happen in my life. But
nice.
Anyway,
I like the animatronics too in there. The C-3PO.
Yeah, C-3PO is awesome.
Yeah.
They did a great job with him.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. The next one is Star Wars Launch Bay.
Yeah.
Have I ever experienced that?
Like I was like, yes. Yeah. Yes.
I have?
Yes.
Oh.
But
why do you say it like that?
Because it's lame. It doesn't need to exist anymore. It's in a really, really, really weird place in the park compared to everything else. Like, okay, Star Tours is already in a weird place because now it's not in Galaxy's Edge. It's somewhere else. So it doesn't really connect, but you can kind of get away with that because Galaxy's Edge is supposed to be Batuu. And when you are getting off, you're supposed to be entering Star Tours on Endor and getting off on Tatooine.
Right, okay.
Loosely. That's what the theming of the buildings is. It was designed to be part of the like filmmaking, like this is a movie set kind of thing. So you're not really, but like kind of. You can make it make sense, right? Yeah. Star Wars Launch Bay just doesn't make sense.
What is it?
Well, it was original. No, it's just a thing to walk into. I think it might be a shop.
Oh, okay.
I don't remember. I think it's a shop.
Maybe they put it.
Sometimes they do meet and greets with Star Wars characters in there.
Okay.
I don't think that makes sense.
Yeah.
Star Wars meet and greet should be by if they're not someone who makes sense. And see, the thing is, like, they made Batuu or Galaxy's Edge a place that makes sense for basically any character ever to be in. Because as long as they make sure that, like, you never see Boba Fett and Rey at the same time, or you never see Mando, Grogu, and that makes sense. Kylo Ren at the same time, like, it's fine because you can just be in different time periods on the same planet. So they don't really need to have a meet and greet for characters.
That makes sense, yeah.
And I don't even think they do them over there anymore. Like, I really don't know what Launch Bay is used for, but it doesn't need to be there. As far as I know, the only thing in there is, like, sometimes you see posters for the next Star Wars movie.
Oh, okay, yeah. So.
You know when the last Star Wars movie came out?
Yeah, when was that?
Years ago. I think it was 2019.
Do you think they're gonna make any more?
Well, yeah, they're gonna keep making Star Wars movies.
It's just
there's several in the works right now, but they kind of dove really deep into the Disney Plus thing and kind of only did that for a little while, but they are getting movies. There's 2 I think that are being filmed right now. Cool. At least 1 I think is being shot right now. I could be wrong. I don't know. Okay.
Well, what do you give it then? An F?
Oh, it's an F.
Yeah.
Dude, it literally doesn't need to exist. Yeah. and there's other things that could be there. Yeah. I don't know what, but like I agree. It doesn't need to exist anymore.
I take your word for it.
Yeah. You read that one, right? This is my turn?
Yeah.
Okay. So the next one is Star Wars Rise of the Resistance. T.
Why do I keep saying T? Because I think T.
It's a T tier.
I keep thinking
T is above S from now on. I'm gonna make a shirt that's like a tier list. And then it's just like a poorly, like, my handwriting T written above it with Rise of the Resistance filled in. That'd be a good shirt. Yeah. It's a T now. That's forever a T tier. But you're right. Like, it is the pinnacle of.
It's my favorite ride at Hollywood Studios.
Yeah. It's so good. It is literally like the top of technology for rides at the moment.
You know what my second favorite ride is?
No, but I bet you're going to tell me.
Can you guess?
No. Yeah. Actually, it's probably Runaway Railway. No? Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that one. Is that even on here?
No, it's actually not. That's a good point. I just noticed that.
Okay, well, yeah, then is my second one. I knew this
list was incomplete.
But, yeah.
Quickly, then. Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway, since it's in the M's and we're way down in S right now.
I think.
S.
Yeah, S.
That can have an S tier, permanent S tier. Great ride, fun ride. But Rise of the Resistance uses the same track technology.
Yeah.
But
okay, cool.
other technology. But I don't know what you were going to say is your second one then, if it wasn't that.
It's Tower Terror.
Oh, okay, that's fair.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
Mm-hmm.
We're getting there though. That one's not yet.
So the next one is Toy Story Midway Mania.
Yes.
That's the one where you
It's the one where
make
you
the points. You shoot
yeah.
the thing.
Yeah. That's exactly it.
I like that one.
It's fun.
I think it's.
I don't like the
for me,
pull
a B.
string to shoot thing.
Oh.
I'll stick with B. B's fine.
Pull string to shoot.
Yeah, because it's like I can't even like
Mm-hmm.
pantomime it because like it's a kind of awkward gesture.
Yeah, it is kind of weird.
And it's like I don't know.
Yeah, they should just have.
They
like,
want
a
it to
button.
be hard. Like they don't want it to be easy to get points, which is fine.
Yeah.
But like
yeah.
I don't know. It's weird.
Yeah.
I think in years to come they could upgrade it.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like Spider-Man, like the Spider-Man ride in California
where
Adventure.
Where
you just like shoot the webs. You could kind of do that kind of thing. They could probably relatively easy. It would not be easy, but relatively speaking, it would probably be kind of easy to do that.
Yeah.
And actually, I think it's virtually the same ride system, with the exception of the car is different.
Nice.
And like obviously the detection system is different, but B
cool.
tier is fine with me.
Yeah, I like B.
It's not great. It's not bad.
Yeah.
It's fun.
It's fun. It's a good time.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Then now here's Twilight Zone Tower of Terror.
Yeah. It's my first ever ride that I've rode that I rode in Disney World. And because of that, I don't know, I just like firsts for some reason.
But
for some reason, I like everything first. If you don't know, my husband is my first boyfriend. I fell in love with my first car that I ever had, my Soupy. I fell in love with.
Rest in peace, Stacy.
I fell in love with my pretty much, the first ring choice, that I saw. Like I was looking for others, but pretty much the first one I saw, I was like, oh, I like that one.
Yeah.
I just like firsts for some reason, and so
I mean, it's love at first sight. I do want to clarify. I said rest in peace, Stacy, a second ago. Stacy is what we named her Subaru.
Oh yes.
Because she would be Stacy's mom, and Stacy's mom has got it going on. That was why I picked that. But yeah, it was a nice Subaru Forester, and someone decided not to pay attention to a yield right of way left turn light. Actually, I think the light would have been red, so they straight up ran a red light, and yeah.
Anyway,
but
I like that.
We digress.
Twilight Zone Tower of Terror. I just enjoy it a lot. It's a very fond memory.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Very fond memory with you, and just I remember you being so excited for me to ride my first ever ride, and just that, I don't know, that emotion, that energy, just is so gonna forever be in my head.
It was a fun ride. I was literally just I was excited to be in Disney World with you. I know, and I didn't care what I was riding.
And I was scared to ride that one because I was like, oh, well, might as well just get this one right out of the way, because it's a dropping one, because it was my first ever drop ride too, because they have it at Elitch's, and the one in Denver too.
Yeah, but the Tower of Doom is
Tower of Doom.
Is that what it's called? I think that's what it's called.
Yeah, I was just
it's not even this. It's not even the same.
I know. I know. But still, just the idea of dropping scared me, and so I never rode it in Denver.
Yeah.
And so I was like, okay, well, he's gonna make me ride this, so I'm gonna just get it out of the way. And I actually fell in love with it. I really like it.
It's a really good ride.
I like the storyline behind it. I like the cast members involved in the queue, and
they make it immersive too.
Yeah.
It's one of the most creepy rides because of the cast members, and I think that's super cool.
Yeah, it's fun.
Great work, cast members. You guys are appreciated. Yes,
very much.
What would you give it? What's your rating?
Well, I want to give it an S, because that's the best of the best.
I'll give you the S. Really? Why not have the S?
Okay,
you
fine,
can have it. You haven't used your override yet. We only have 2 things left, and you're not going to use it on the other 2.
So yeah,
it deserves it, but I would have given it an A, maybe a B.
Okay.
And the only reason is because What is the only reason? I don't know. I just like other things more, I guess. I don't know. I just don't like putting everything up there, but I don't think we have that much stuff in the S tier, so I'm happy to let you have it.
Okay.
Yeah, I think you let me have one.
Yeah.
Actually, I stole one.
You stole one.
Yeah. But yeah, so the next one, and this is another one that I don't think is actually still a thing, so we might skip it. I'm pretty sure it's not open right now. Actually, I don't. I'm pretty sure it's not. It was The Voyage of the Little Mermaid that was on our list.
What is it?
Actually, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna put Mickey and.
Yeah, I should put that one.
And
Runaway Railroad.
Yes.
I cannot speak today. Yeah, I really, really like that one. If you saw a previous episode where I mentioned that ride.
What did we give that? An A?
Yeah, we didn't.
I think we gave it an A. We quickly gave it a letter. Yeah, but yeah. But yeah, so maybe we can talk a little bit more about it then, since we're skipping over.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do that.
I just again, like, if you saw the previous episode, I just like the time period of Mickey and Minnie in that one, like the design of.
Well, I mean, it's the modern one.
Yeah. Oh well. Yeah, I like that one, and it reminds me of the other one that I really like. The
old school one. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a fun ride. I think your favorite part is probably the daisy dancing scene.
Yeah,
1, 2,
I don't know.
1, 2, 3. Yeah.
That's my favorite one.
It's a fun one. I like the ride a lot. I really like. I so badly want to give it lower. Like, I want to give it a D.
Oh, really? Wow.
But only because it took the place of the Great Movie Ride, which was at one point it was my absolute favorite ride in Walt Disney World. Any park, anywhere. It was my favorite ride ever. Oh. And it took the place of that, and it makes me want to punish the ride. Yeah, but the ride itself is actually really good, so I'm not going to do that. I'll let it keep the A. Okay. But it's a really fun ride. I like it. I don't know. I miss the Great Movie Ride. It does. It hurts. Yeah, I'm sorry. It makes me sad. But any hoozle. Okay, so that was filling in that spot for The Voyage of the Little Mermaid, which I am fairly confident doesn't exist anymore. Okay. I don't know if it's like not reopened yet or if it's never coming back. But the last one.
Walt Disney Presents One Man's Dream.
Yes. Now, technically, this one is actually Walt Disney Presents, which is just the whole little like walkthrough museum, and not just One Man's Dream, which is the show at the end. Oh, okay. Overall,
experienced it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I made you do it.
Okay. What was it?
It's like you walk through and you see like there's some of the technology that they developed, like the multiplane cameras there. I think one of Walt's desks that he worked on at one point is there.
Yeah. And there's I really like that.
There's like that, the set really for the cameras where like you can see like what TV cameras would have looked like. And then they have models of, I think it's Cinderella Castle and Sleeping Beauty Castle and Storybook Castle, I think, which is the one in Shanghai.
Nice.
And then you get to the end and then you sit down and watch the movie, which is basically like Walt talking about his life, basically put together through different interviews with Walt. Yeah, and it's the one that's voiced by narrated by Julie Andrews,
that makes you
who I'm pretty sure I'm related to.
But, doesn't it make you emotional?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it makes me emotional.
Oh yeah. That's one of my favorite. There's so many things in this park that are my favorite, but
I feel
it's probably my favorite non-ride thing in the park.
It just makes you really just like be like, anything can happen, all your dreams can come true, and yeah, it just fills your cup.
Yeah, it's good. Anything with Walt gets an S, in my opinion.
I could shed a tear just thinking about it.
Yeah, but I really like it. I like seeing all like I love seeing the multiplane camera because it's such a cool thing that they invented that iWorks helped invent.
That's cool.
And so next to Walt Disney, I think iWorks is probably my next like role model. Mm-hmm. He was kind of a genius in my opinion when it comes to animation and even some technology. Like he was a smart dude. He could figure things out that most people couldn't.
That's cool. That's very cool.
Research and development, cool.
Yeah, a leader in that way. That's cool.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then
I think is that it?
that's all the attractions.
Okay.
Are we missing some? Probably. But
we're not missing the big ones, I don't think.
Yeah, we're not missing anything huge. If we're missing anything, it's something silly.
Yeah.
And I'm okay with it. Probably the parades. I think parades were ones that were listed for Magic Kingdom that I'm not including here because I kind of wish I hadn't included the parades because they're not really great to talk about. But yeah, I think okay. So what we're gonna do now is go back through and talk about the entire list. So we're gonna switch off, right? And we're each gonna say the attraction and then the ranking that we gave it. Okay. Mm-hmm. So for Alien Swirling Saucers, that was a C.
Official C. Batu Bounty Hunters, A.
Beauty and the Beast live on stage was a B.
Disney Junior Dance Party, A.
Phantasmic was an A.
For the first time in forever, a Frozen sing-along celebration, D.
Probably should have been an F, but it's fine. Indiana Jones Epic Stunt Spectacular got an A.
Lightning McQueen's Racing Academy, F.
That's because it doesn't need to exist. Mickey Shorts Theater got a C because neither one of us could remember what it was.
There we go. Rock and Roller Coaster starring Aerosmith, S.
Because it's a roller coaster with inversions.
Yep.
Millennium Falcon Smuggler's Run got an A tier.
Muppets Vision 3D got B.
You skipped over Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway. It must not have updated on your side.
Oh, sorry.
But Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway got an A.
Okay. Slinky Dog.
Actually, that's in the wrong spot in the list, but it's fine.
Slinky Dog Dash got an A.
Star Tours The Adventure Continues got a B.
Star Wars Launch Bay, F.
Because that also doesn't need to exist. Star Wars Rise of the Resistance got the coveted T tier.
I for some reason kept saying that. Toy Story Midway Mania is a B.
The Twilight Zone Tower of Terror got an S.
Mm-hmm. And then last one, Walt Disney Presents One Man's Dream, S.
And yeah, that is our list. We're sticking to it. That is our official rankings. Someday when we'll have a website, we'll have the rankings. We'll have like tier lists set up for all these videos, and we'll build them out. But until then, guys, until we have the website, you can find us on all major podcast platforms. You know, the usual suspects.
TikToks.
Yeah, well, that's not
Why
one of the
did I
major
say
platforms,
it like that,
but but yeah, Spotify, Apple Podcasts,
Apple Podcasts,
Castbox, iHeart Podcasts, all that fun stuff. And now you can say what you said. TikTok. Adriana's been doing an awesome job. I really appreciate you doing all the TikTok, social medias.
Thank you. Check out all our shorts.
Yeah, shorts on YouTube. Speaking of YouTube, if you are listening to the audio only podcast and you want to see me hit my microphone when I'm talking about that, you can head over to youtube.com/@NoahParker_channel, or by searching for Noah Parker _channel in the search bar. We're the one with the blue circle. If you're finding a picture of a dude, it's probably not me. And then, yeah, wherever you're listening or watching this podcast, guys, please leave a rating, follow, subscribe, whatever it may be where you're at, and leave a rating wherever you're listening / watching. Like on YouTube, a 5-star rating. It would be great on Spotify. But if you hate the podcast, a 1-star will do just fine. It tells me I need to fix something. Yeah. And then if you would be so kind to share it with your friends, your family, your coworker, the people next to you in line at the coffee shop, whatever, everyone.
Your pets.
I think usually I say dogs.
Yeah, your pet dogs.
Yeah, your dogs. Go pet that dog, no. Go pet that dog. And then, follow us on Instagram and TikTok at Noah Parker's World of Wonder. Next week, me and Marcy will be discussing, I don't remember if I said it on a podcast or if it's only been internally, but I've been saying Genius. I think it's been internally. I've been saying Genius, but it's not. It's Johnny Tsunami. Yeah. Johnny Tsunami is a fun tale about a boy who lives in Hawaii and gets transplanted to Ohio, I think. I don't watch it and find out. Can re-jog my memory. And he has to basically switch from surfing to snowboarding. Super fun. If you haven't watched it, go watch it. There's 2 Johnny Tsunami movies, technically. The first one is called Johnny Tsunami. The second one is called Johnny Kapahala Back on Board. And I don't know why the title changes. But yeah, that's what we're going to be doing next week. So please, if you want to understand what we're talking about, go watch it. If you want us to explain it all to you, feel free to wait till next week. And until then, guys, let the wonder take hold.